Let's talk about Eurobasket. It is my job. I have made this my job to keep you all up to date with what's happening in Eurobasket. There's a lot of stuff happening in women's basketball as a whole lot of stuff. And I know there's a lot of news in the WNBA. There's a lot of news just overall that we could talk about, college basketball, all that good stuff. But because we have a lot of WNBA players overseas, I thought, and also because I don't know if anybody else is going to cover this stuff, I was like, you know what? I need to make it my business to actually cover as much as I can what is happening overseas, because I'm like, okay, well, people need to know. Y'all need to know what these WNBA players are actually doing overseas. And guys, let's actually talk about it. All right. So let's talk about the games that happened yesterday. So yesterday we saw Czechia take down Montenegro. The final score of that game was 89-44 in that game. I mean, it was just over from the get-go. There was nothing really anybody could really do. In terms of both of these teams, there are no current WNBA players on either Czechia or Montenegro, so I'm not going to go in detail about these teams because, again, you all don't know who some of these people are. Okay, all right. Let's just go down the line of the other games that happened yesterday. All right. Yesterday we also it's always yes, Carmela. I did talk about Mercury Liberty. I feel like I spent way more time talking about the Fever and the I feel like I spent a lot of time talking about the Fever and whatnot. But anyway, I do want to talk real quick about Eurobasket real quick. All right. So also we saw yesterday Team Belgium, the reigning Eurobasket champions. They took down Portugal in a very, very easy game, 81-52. A thing to note about Belgium is we got some current and former WNBA players on this team. We got Emma Miesemann, who did her thing in this one. She is not currently in the WNBA, but she was in the WNBA. She played for several teams in the WNBA. Most notably, I would say the Washington Mystics and the Chicago Sky. Emma had 9 points and 11 rebounds yesterday, as well as 6 assists. She was kind of close to a triple-double for Emma. We also saw Kyra Linskins, who was previously in the WNBA, but was ultimately waived. She ended up starting and having 9 points as well. And, of course, if we're talking about Belgium, we got to talk about the two Julies who are doing their thing for Team Belgium. We got Julie Van Loo, or Julie Van Loo, whatever you want to say. With that, she had 13 points in yesterday's game, 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. And then we had Julie Alleman. She ended up having 10 points in yesterday's game as well. Again, I'm just primarily my job is to just cover the WNBA players who are current and former WNBA players who are actually playing over in Europe. Okay. All right, there is no current WNBA player that plays for Portugal, so we're going to skip talking about Portugal for time's sake because I don't have a ton of time. Okay? All right, let's move on and let's talk about Germany versus Sweden. So we saw the Germans take on Sweden, and this was a game that was actually pretty close. Pretty close. Germany ended up winning 89-76. And for Team Germany, we got a lot of players that you all probably know. We got Luisa Geisel-Sorter, who plays, remember guys, she's the center for the Dallas Wings. She was really, really good for Germany yesterday. Had 20 points for her, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. It's kind of funny how both of the centers for the Dallas Wings, also, if I didn't say Dallas Wings, I meant she's a center on the Dallas Wings. I blanked out on what I just said earlier, but anyway, she plays for the Dallas Wings. It's funny how both Geisel-Sorter and Tierra McCowan, are really dominating in Eurobasket right now. They're doing their thing. And speaking of players that the New York Liberty was missing yesterday, I mentioned earlier that Leonie Fibic is playing in Eurobasket. She plays for Team Germany. And Leo yesterday did her thing as well. 16 points for her, 4 of 7 from the three-point line. She ended up with 7 rebounds as well for Leonie Fibic. Okay. And also real quick for the rest of these players, Clara Lindquist was briefly in the WNBA. She had 17 points for her. Clara had 17 points and 10 rebounds, almost a triple-double with 7 assists as well. All right, let's continue down the line in terms of the other games that happened yesterday. And of course, we got to talk about France. Okay? We got to talk about France because them French ladies yesterday was straight up balling. We ended up seeing France dominate against Greece. Final score of that game was 92 France, 56 Greece. In that game, we got a lot of really good French players. Iliana Rupert, 14 points for her. Janelle Salon, 17 points for her. 5 rebounds as well. Marine Badian, or I always get really confused at how to say her last name. She had 4 points. Layla Lacan had 4 points as well, as really no one needed to do too much because it was kind of a easy peasy lemon squeezy type of game for France. Very, very, very easy game. And also, guys, remember Robin Parks plays for Team Greece, and she had 7 points and 7 rebounds in the Greek loss. All right. Again, we are just trying to cruise through this stuff, telling you all some of the stuff that you all need to know. And I want to get to this next game that I was like, wow, this is actually like very, very surprising. All right. So let's talk about Italy versus Slovenia. Italy ended up winning that game 77 to Slovenia with 66. And the reason why I want to talk about this game is because we saw a kind of massive comeback in yesterday's games. Here's the thing. Italy was killing Slovenia in the third quarter. Killing, right? At one point, the score was 51 Italy, 27 Slovenia. Okay? 51 to 27 in the third quarter. Now, of course, you all don't know the players on Slovenia and whatnot, but just imagine your favorite team getting killed 51 to 27. Imagine that. Put that in your head. Okay. If you are getting beat by that bad, most teams would, they'd kind of pack it in, kind of be like, we got killed. Woe is me. Let's put the bench players in. Let's just kind of wallow in our horribleness, right? Again, the third quarter, you're getting killed 50 to 27. But nah, that's not what Slovenia does. Slovenia mounts a massive, and I mean massive, comeback in this game, both defensively and offensively, to tie the game at 62-62 in the fourth quarter. In a matter of close to 10 minutes, Slovenia has a comeback for the ages. Again, you're down bad. Now, all of a sudden, you tie that thing up 62-62. Unfortunately for Slovenia, they spent so much effort trying to get back into this game. So much effort, guys. So much effort that they just ended up not being able to finish out the game. Boy, oh boy, would I have loved to tell you how Slovenia would have won the game. But unfortunately, while they mount that massive comeback, all that energy, it was too much. It was too much. So ultimately, at the end of the day, in the last 5 minutes or so, Italy was able to close the door and win 77 to 66. But I gotta say, Slovenia, I gotta give a shout out to Slovenia, because what a comeback. What a comeback. Yes, you lose the game, but you don't give up. You don't give up. And that, to me, is very, very, very important. For Team Italy, we got some WNBA players on there. We got Cecilia Zandalicini on the team for Italy. She had 14 points yesterday. 5 rebounds for her. And guys, if you don't know, Cecilia Zandalicini plays for the Minnesota Lynx. Former WNBA player Lorela Kubai plays for Italy as well. She had 11 points, 8 rebounds in that one. And again, shout out to Slovenia. Shout out to Slovenia. They have Aisha Sivka. She is the player that the Chicago Sky ended up picking up. And she had 16 points in yesterday's game. She was doing her thing. Jessica Shepard, who plays for the Minnesota Lynx, she had 20 points in yesterday's game as well. 20 points, 6 rebounds, which was pretty cool to see. So yes, Slovenia lose. However, what a massive comeback. Again, yes, you lose. However, they lose with dignity. They lose coming back. They lose trying. And you got to respect it. Okay? And also, it just shows that, like, even though you're down bad, so next time, the reason why I wanted to talk about this, the reason why I wanted to really break down this game in particular and the crazy comeback for Slovenia, the reason why I want to do that is because next time, your WNBA team, whoever your team is that you have pledged allegiance to in terms of fandom, right? Next time your team is down real bad, just know that it is possible to make an epic comeback, okay? Just know it is not over until the final buzzer buzzes, okay? That's why I want to talk about this, because y'all don't know these players, y'all don't know these teams, y'all don't know the coaches, y'all don't know, probably didn't even watch the game, but the reason why I'm going through this is because I think it's important to just know that, like, what is possible. It really is possible to make a epic comeback. Again, a team that was down 51-27 ended up tying up the game 62-60. Now, yes, you lose, but again, massive comeback. Massive comeback. Okay? All right. Let's continue on. I think I spent way too much time on that one recap. Anyway, let's get to the other games that happened yesterday as well. Yesterday we also saw Switzerland lose to Turkey. Turkey ended up winning the game 91-67. And when it comes to Turkey, I mean, it was kind of easy peasy lemon squeezy. I mean, it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy for Turkey. Remember, guys, Tierra McCowan plays for Team Turkey. And she had 19 points, 12 rebounds. Again, like, she just, over in Europe, Tierra McCowan just dominates. Like, she's just very, very good. Okay? Very, very good. Again, 19 points, 12 rebounds for Tierra McCowan. We saw Sevgi Uzun have 14 points as well in the Turkish win. So, again, shout out to Turkey. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Did y'all used to say that phrase when y'all was younger? I used to love it. I used to love saying that phrase. I think that's such a fun phrase. One of my top phrases, just in general. Okay. Anyway, let's kind of wrap it up. So the final game I want to talk about that happened yesterday in Eurobasket, and it was between Spain and Great Britain. 85 Spain, 70 Great Britain. In this game, we just saw Spain kind of just do their thing. They had a fantastic first half for Spain, and in that second half, Great Britain tried to come back, right? They tried their best to come back, and in that second half, Great Britain actually plays a really, really good game. However, they don't. The problem was that Spain had a masterful second quarter. Masterful, right? They had a second quarter where they scored 30 points, 30-12. So Spain was cooking in that second quarter. And while Great Britain ended up mounting a massive sort of like resurgence in the second half, it wasn't enough to counteract that crazy second quarter for Spain. And ultimately, Spain ends up getting the dub. And for Spain, I mean, the problem or the benefit of Team Spain, it's a problem if you're going against them. It's a benefit if you are them, is that Team Spain is Xana Lucini used to play for the Minnesota Lynx. Sometimes I do that where like I'm thinking about where she used to play. She used to play for the Minnesota Lynx. Now she plays for the Golden State Valkyries. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thank you. But anyway, the thing about the Spanish national team is that they are very balanced, very, very, very balanced. Where you're not gonna see anybody score 20 plus points. They're all gonna score. Every single player but one scored points in yesterday's game for Team Spain. Everybody was doing anything. And also there is no current WNBA players on Team Spain, so I'm not going to go into specifically who did what. But there are, we do have some familiarity with Team Great Britain, and with that, another Golden State Valkyries player, Timmy Fagbenle. She had 14 points in this one for Great Britain, 8 rebounds for Timmy as well. So yes, Great Britain lose, but Timmy plays a pretty good game. We'll see if we will see what Great Britain does in their next game. On deck today, we got a bunch of good games later today. We got Sweden versus Great Britain, which should be really fun. We got Spain versus Germany. We have Montenegro versus Belgium, which that's gonna be a sad blowout. That's gonna be a sad blowout. I'm just saying. And then we have Portugal versus Czechia. All right, so those are the games that we have later today. All right, that's the stream, guys. That's the stream. Also, real quick, the WNBA games that we have later today that you all may want to end up watching. I mean, I recommend you watch, but you do you. We got the Washington Mystics versus the Atlanta Dream. We have the Dallas Wings versus the Connecticut Sun. The Seattle Storm versus the Las Vegas Aces. Okay? All right. That is the stream. Guys, I know I went over today because I just had a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. But again, I thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Happy Friday. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Please make sure to hit that like button. Also, tell me what you thought about the stream, what you think about the topics. Again, we talked about the 2 WNBA games that happened yesterday. I also gave you all an update about what's happening in Eurobasket as well. Was that even interesting? Do you all even care? I know it's very few of y'all who are even watching these games. Also, if you want to watch these games, you can actually watch them via a subscription. So you need to subscribe to Courtside 1891, right? And so Courtside 1891. That is a subscription you need to have if you want to watch these games as they are happening. Okay. All right. Courtside 1891 is the official home for FIBA basketball live stream. So if you want to watch any of the Eurobasket games live, you can do that at Courtside 1891. Apologize. Somebody asked me yesterday, and I forgot to reply to the comment. So Courtside 1891, that is how you can watch these games live. Also, if you just want to watch highlights, you can find those on the FIBA YouTube channel. All right. Anyway, thank you for rocking with me. Make sure to share this video with someone. Tell somebody what's going on. Tell somebody what's going on. All right. Row 2 says, good stream. Love that you are staying on point and not letting comments take you off topic. Well done. I've been trying. As y'all know, I'm like a squirrel type of person. I just get distracted and I, go into a rabbit hole or whatever. But I've been trying my best to I have notes of like, okay, talk about this, and so I'm trying to like hit the main stuff I want to talk about. I'm trying to do that more and be less like off in the wilderness in the comments sometimes. Y'all be having a good time in the comments. I appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me in the comments. I do go back later and see what you all are saying. Trying to keep on topic and not make these live streams 5 hours because we're off in some rabbit hole trail or whatever. Anyway, I thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Ooh, it is 9:00. I gotta go now. I'll see y'all in the next one. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.
Are you ready? Ready, set.